Hello out there, everybody. Manny here at Area 503. And I hope you all have been well since our last video. In today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about some recent discoveries in space exploration, as well as a possible breakthrough in our understanding of the evolution of humanity. First, let's talk about this announcement that scientists have discovered 139 minor planets at the edge of our solar system. Pluto, which was once considered a planet, has been redesignated as a trans-Neptunian object, or TNO. A TNO is an object whose orbit is greater than that of Neptune's. It turns out that scientists had already detected over 100 of these TNOs in the past. However, in this new study, the research team used data from the Dark Energy Survey to identify 139 new TNOs. And I guess this is quite a remarkable achievement because apparently these TNOs are extremely difficult to detect as they do not emit any light of their own like stars. And so the team used a painstaking process of what amounted to motion tracking to detect these objects. As a guy who has motion tracked hundreds of UFOs, I can tell you it's extremely tedious and it requires amazing patience. So good job, guys. Well done. So now I guess the question is this. If there's over 200 of these TNOs out there, and some of them are minor planets full of resources, what do you think we're going to find when we start exploring these things? It seems unlikely to me that we're going to find any form of life as we know it because these TNOs are outside of the habitable zone and can't support life as we know it. But that doesn't mean there's nothing there for us. Perhaps these TNOs are loaded with raw resources. I've talked about asteroid mining before as a future industry, but can you imagine minor planet mining? Maybe one day. For the time being, I guess it's good enough that we have identified that these TNOs are out there, and they're not that far away. I used to think that our solar system was pretty much empty, but nothing could be further from the truth. There are countless TNOs, comets, and asteroids flying around our solar system, and I for one can't wait to see what discoveries each one holds. I guess only time will tell. So let's move along to our next piece, which is this announcement that astronomers have discovered an exoplanet where reigns liquid iron. Holy crap. Let's check that out. WASP 76b is 640 light years away from the Earth, and it's a gas giant like Jupiter and Saturn. This planet is tidally locked, which means that one side of the planet always faces the sun and one side always faces away from the sun as it rotates around the star. This creates two distinct regions on the planet where one side is forever hot and the other side is forever cool.
You say that just once you'd like your hamburger hot and your lettuce and tomato cool and crisp all at the same time? Yeah!
On the hot side, the temperature is so extreme that it vaporizes iron, which rises in the atmosphere, and then a wind pushes this vaporized iron across regions into the cold side, where it cools down and solidifies, then rains down like bullets from the sky. Pretty cool, huh? Unless you happen to be standing underneath it. Ouch. You know, this reminds me of something that I read a few years back. What if I told you about a couple of planets where hydrocarbons are split and the carbon is squeezed under such intense pressure in the atmosphere that diamonds are formed and fall like rain?
You believe this story?
What if I told you that these planets were not in some far distant galaxy, but are right here in our own Milky Way?
Does this story seem possible?
And what if I told you that these planets were not only in the Milky Way, but right here in our own solar system?
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
That's right, folks. On Uranus and Neptune, it does indeed rain diamonds. Back in 2017, it was announced that scientists had discovered such a process on both Uranus and Neptune, right here in our own backyard. Keep that in mind the next time that you're out jewelry shopping and you're paying top dollar for some of those diamonds. Those things literally fall out of the sky on other planets. Crazy, right? You know, every day I learn something new about how our universe works, and I'm never disappointed. Each discovery reinforces to me just how wondrous the universe truly is and exactly how little we actually understand about its workings. Take this next article, for example. Scientists have recently put forth the theory that the early universe was full of black holes. That's right, it seems that as early as 900 million years after the Big Bang, there was already a black hole that was 1 billion times the size of our sun. That's friggin' huge. The data also suggests to scientists that the early universe had a large number of these massive black holes. Now I think that's awesome, because these supermassive black holes have been around for a very long time, and they really played a part in the formation of our universe and our galaxy. As the earliest solar systems were being formed, the largest of these black holes were capturing the solar systems and forming galaxies. And I think it's pretty dang cool to get a real understanding of how the universe was formed. And as it turns out, black holes had a critical role in the formation of our universe, and scientists have speculated that black holes will play a role in the end of our universe, possibly. I was watching a documentary about black holes recently, and they were saying that since there is a finite amount of matter in the universe, that ultimately black holes will consume all of this matter. At that point, the universe will be filled with black holes, and these things will bump around until they start to collide with each other and merge. This process will continue until only 2 black holes remain. Some scientists believe that this final black hole will slowly dissipate its energy as Hawking's radiation, or dark matter, dark energy, whatever you want to call it. At that point, the universe will cease to exist. But I gotta tell you guys, I got a problem with this theory, because the law of conservation of mass states that matter may not be created or destroyed. That means that whatever matter has been pulled into these black holes still exists there, even though it can never escape. So, going back to the previous scenario where the final 2 black holes collided and merged all of the existing matter of the universe into one place at the same time, well, we don't have to speculate what happens then. We already know. When you have all the matter in the universe in the same place and time, you get yourself a Big Bang, and the universe starts all over again. Or is it a new universe that forms? A dark universe? I really don't know. This is all just my speculation. So I'm just telling you what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below, and if you haven't gotten a chance, hit the subscribe button and ring that bell to support the channel. If you do, you'll get these really cool notifications from YouTube every time I put out a video. Anyhow, let's go ahead and move along to our next piece, which is this article dated February 12th, titled "Early Humans in Africa May Have Interbred with a Mysterious Extinct Species." Wow, that sounds interesting. Let's take a look. In the article, they talk about how approximately 6 billion humans have about 1 to 2% Neanderthal DNA, and that another significant portion of the population have Denisovan DNA, both groups having mated with known, now extinct species. Data from this new study suggests that early humans living in Africa may have also interbred with another unknown archaic hominin. You see, it was previously believed that most of the human expansion out of Africa occurred about 100,000 years ago and was predominantly these Neanderthal and Denisovan offshoots. Now, scientists believe that up to 8% of the ancestry of people that are not living in Africa derives from an unknown species that left Africa thousands of years before that. Around that time, the world was beginning to start a ice age, and I can only speculate that that's what fueled this migration. They were fleeing the cold. Damn, that sounds intense. Anyhow, just to summarize, an unknown species of archaic hominin mated with early humans and migrated out of Africa thousands of years earlier than everybody else. And scientists have no clue what the species was. So let me ask you this. If they don't know what species this was that interbred with early humans, how can they be so sure that it was a hominin at all? How can they state definitively that it wasn't an alien species that maybe interbred with early humans? In the absence of proof, anything's possible, I guess, but I'm just speculating again. What do you guys think? Was it an early unknown species of hominin? Or do you think it was something a little more alien? Let me know in the comments section below. Well guys, for now, that's all I've got on recent space and science news. I'll catch y'all next time. As always, this has been Manny at Area 503. And I wish you all the best until we meet again. And I am out of here to continue my search for universal truth. Take our next article, for example. Scientists have recently put forth the theory that the early universe was full of black holes. And that guy on a motorcycle was a jerk. Did you hear that shit? I said that perfect, and he came ripping down the street. Ooh, you make me so mad. Living in the ghetto, where everybody's driving around and they should be at home, staying safe from the coronavirus. Stay home, fuckers. Jeez. Ooh.